You know, you got to turn it off a little bit to go home and talk to your own family, and then
That's true.
you know, and my son, I have several stories about him in my book, and he says, "Dad, am I earning any kind of
Royalties.
any kind of royalty for being involved in your chaplain experience?" So I try to, of course, to which I told him that no, his mother signed away rights to his story, so
Yes.
that's not a problem, but. Sometimes my kids get tired of hearing stories because, you know, once they're into something, they're playing with some light switch, and of course, Dad knows the story of some kid getting electrocuted at a tennis court, and I go on with a story, and sometimes they say, "Not another story, Dad." You know, it's going to be safe. So they do experience sometimes my worries that I pick up from the hospital.
Certainly. What would you say to someone watching now who has a mother or a child who may be terminally ill, or, you know, what kind of hope would you give them if they themselves are sick and they view this or listen to this? What would you say to them to give them hope?
The biggest thing I would say is try not to run from the situation. Try not to remove yourself. Try not, the harder sometimes we try to do to insulate ourselves. I see children, you know, not showing up at the hospital because they think, well, I can't handle that. Well, I want to say to them, yes, but 2 years from now, when you're dealing with the guilt that you're going to have over not being here, and you're dealing with the grief because you had some unresolved issues with Mom, this is going to be bigger than your pain now. So embrace, you know, embrace, I don't want to sound cliche, but embrace the pain a bit, you know, be there. Don't understand that dying is part of living. And if you don't address dying, then you haven't addressed life. And so, you know, with parents who are losing children, I say, these are amazing kids. They want to talk about death. They want to know, you know, where am I going to be after this? Where am I going to be? What's going to happen after this? And so, talk about it, embrace it, be with it. Don't run from it, because that causes more trouble than anything else. So.
Fantastic. Norris, it's been a wonderful journey to give our viewers and listeners hope. And I want to say to you in closing, if you have someone that has died and you are very discouraged about it, or maybe you're sick right now or know someone who is sick in the hospital, remember, Jesus came to die that we might have life and have it more abundantly. And remember that if you take Jesus with you in the grave, he promised in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, he says, "For the Lord himself shall descend with a shout, and the dead in Christ will rise first. Then we who are alive and remain will be caught up together to meet the Lord in the air." There is hope even beyond the grave. And I want to encourage you today, as you listen to this song by Mr. Marcellus Perkins, to know that you have hope, yes, even brighter hope, in Jesus Christ.
I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk, dear Lord, close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. this world of toil and snares. If I falter, Lord, who cares? Who with me my burden shares? None but thee, dear Lord, none but thee. When my feeble life is o'er, time for me will be no more. Guide me gently, safely, oh, to thy kingdom's shore, dear Lord, to thy shore. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk, dear Lord, close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be.
Have you lost your way? We have news today.
Thanks for spending time with us today. We hope and pray that our broadcast has inspired and encouraged you to live a life full of hope. We believe that in this world of uncertainty, you can be safe and sure because of God's wonderful promises. Try His Word. We promise it will never fail you. If you've been blessed by this broadcast, tell a friend, and we'd love to have you come and worship with us. We're located at 6701 Lemon Hill Avenue here in Sacramento. For directions and more ministry information, visit us online at www.capitalcitysda.org or call us at 916-381-5353.